I am a married woman. I'm chewing on about 30 carats. Chomp, chomp.
There were stories coming out about Christian being a scammer, but she got married to this fool. She's dumb.
Oh my.
Everyone knew Jennifer Williams as the glamorous queen of basketball wives, but baby, that fairy tale just fell off a cliff. What looked like a picture-perfect marriage spiraled into full-blown chaos when her husband, Christian, popped up all over the headlines, and not for romance or riches. Nope. He wasn't trending for love or legacy. He was getting exposed for straight-up crimes. Turns out, Christian had been running businesses built on pure fiction, and now the receipts are public court documents reveal those so-called deals, totally illegal from the jump.
First of all, we're not going to make this about Christian.
Well, it kind of is. This actually came to me. Carl's cousin went and invested money and has been trying to get her money back. Tell your man to send her $1,500 back.
People close to the situation claimed the warning signs were always there, but somehow, Christian's secret life stayed buried for years. And this is where the drama really kicks in. Jennifer's husband had always been a question mark low profile, Kamrushi and barely visible, while Basketball Wives fans were glued to the on-screen chaos. Unlike the other spotlight-hungry partners, Christian stayed in the shadows. Most folks didn't even know his face, just assumed he was Jennifer's guy. But behind that quiet persona was a storm waiting to erupt. He was off building his own brand, launching businesses, sliding into elite circles, trying to shine without riding on Jennifer's reality TV fame. On the surface, it looked like ambition. But dig a little deeper, and the cracks start showing. Some businesses were real, others, not so much. And while Jennifer stayed busy chasing bags and booking appearances, Christian was allegedly knee-deep in shady dealings. Legal red flags were popping up long before the headlines: sketchy filings, weird transactions, and whispers of fake deals. But those close to him, they stayed silent, maybe scared, maybe loyal, or maybe just waiting for someone else to say it first.
First of all, nothing I do is because of Evelyn. Let's make that very clear. Christian and I always were getting married in Vegas, and based off of what happened leading up to our marriage, we cannot do it when we wanted to do it. Like, why not do it now?
My son's father, Carl's cousin Kiki, DM'd me to tell me that she had invested money with Christian and she wanted to let me know what was going on.
Maybe they thought Christian would fix it before it got ugly, but spoiler alert, he didn't. Meanwhile, fans stayed clueless, not because they were blind, but because he kept things that low-key. No headlines, no drama, no red flags on Instagram. But then boom,
We are getting ready to fly to Vegas. I am very excited to be going to Vegas. Let's get this paperwork done. We're going to do Vegas. It's going to be a fun wedding. We're going to make it official. We're going to have a good time. See you soon. It's a good...
Reports started surfacing that Christian was under serious investigation. And that's when the skeletons came crashing out the closet. Victims began stepping forward, claiming they were scammed investing in his so-called businesses, expecting returns that never came. Once the paperwork went public, the whispers turned into hard truth. Online, the scandal caught fire. Allegations of fraud, embezzlement, and money laundering spread like wildfire. People were accusing Christian of fabricating entire business deals just to lure in investors, promising big payouts, then blowing the cash on luxury cars, designer living, and funding his high roller lifestyle.
I'm like, girl, we don't have no secrets.
Right.
And why are you so invested and concerned? Because I'm actually not your friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've read her rights.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to let nobody talk bad about you. Like, never. When people are just so invested in other people, you are deflecting from something that's going on in your real life.
Miserable people try to bring happy people down to their level.
Yeah, and want to bring you misery.
They want company.
Yeah.
I'm not here to keep them company.
But this wasn't just internet gossip. Any more official complaints started piling up, not just shady tweets and messy blog posts. And as Christian's name began trending for all the wrong reasons, Jennifer went silent. No defense, no denial, complete shutdown. She didn't ride for him, but she didn't drag him either. That silence, it lit the internet on fire. Was she in on it? Was she just as shocked as the rest of us? Fans were torn. Some swore she was protecting him. Others said she looked frozen in disbelief. Either way, The quiet only made it louder. People combed through her Instagram like FBI agents, searching for clues. Did she delete his photos? Was she dropping subtle hints? The theories exploded. Was she dropping clues? Fans were convinced wild theories flooded timelines, but Jennifer stayed completely silent. No denial, no confession, just nothing. And honestly, that silence screamed louder than any statement ever could. Then came the shocker. The trial started way sooner than anyone expected. Christian was officially charged, and prosecutors brought the receipts emails where he literally laid out how he'd move money through fake companies. Complete with step instructions, there were screenshots, shady bank transfers, and real witnesses. This wasn't some clumsy mistake, it was a calculated scam. And the most jaw-dropping part, the evidence suggested Jennifer didn't know a thing. In court, a former business partner testified that Christian kept her in the dark on purpose because he didn't want her asking too many questions.
What's up, baby?
Hi. How you feeling?
I'm okay. Going ready to go knock this out. Get it over with.
Christian was sentenced to 15 days jail time, but the judge ultimately allowed Christian to travel to Paris for our wedding. But he had to serve 2 days prior. Now we're back from Paris, and Christian has to serve another 13 days.
Was she dropping clues? Fans were convinced wild theories flooded timelines, but Jennifer stayed completely silent. No denial, no confession, just nothing. And honestly, that silence screamed louder than any statement ever could. Then came the shocker. The trial started way sooner than anyone expected. Christian was officially charged, and prosecutors brought the receipts emails where he literally laid out how he'd move money through fake companies. Complete with step instructions, there were screenshots, shady bank transfers, and real witnesses. This wasn't some clumsy mistake, it was a calculated scam. And the most jaw-dropping part, the evidence suggested Jennifer didn't know a thing. In court, a former business partner testified that Christian kept her in the dark on purpose because he didn't want her asking too many questions.